For thousands of years, the continent of Westeros has been divided into powerful kingdoms, noble families, and ancient rivalries. At the center of everything stands the Iron Throne, the seat of power for whoever rules the Seven Kingdoms. But while kings and queens fight for control, a far greater threat is awakening beyond the Northern Wall. The story begins when King Robert Baratheon travels to Winterfell and asks his old friend Eddard Ned Stark to become the Hand of the King. Ned reluctantly accepts and moves to King's Landing with his daughters, Sansa and Arya. His wife, Catelyn, remains in Winterfell with their sons Robb, Bran and Rickon. Shortly before Ned leaves, Bran discovers that Queen Cersei Lannister is secretly involved with her twin brother, Jaime. Jaime pushes Bran from a tower to protect their secret. Bran survives, but loses the ability to walk. In King's Landing, Ned investigates the mysterious death of the previous Hand. He discovers that Cersei's children, including Prince Joffrey, are actually Jaime's children and have no legitimate claim to the throne. When King Robert dies during a hunting trip, Ned attempts to reveal the truth. However, Cersei takes control, Joffrey becomes king, and Ned is publicly executed. Ned's death launches Westeros into war. His eldest son, Robb Stark, is declared king in the north and wins several victories against the Lannisters. Meanwhile, Robert's brothers, Stannis and Renly Baratheon, each claim the Iron Throne. Renly is killed by a shadow creature created through Stannis' alliance with the priestess Melisandre. Stannis attacks King's Landing, but is defeated during the Battle of Blackwater. Across the Narrow Sea, Daenerys Targaryen, the daughter of the king Robert overthrew, is married to the Dothraki warlord Khal Drogo. After Drogo dies, Daenerys enters his funeral fire and emerges unharmed with 3 newly hatched dragons. She gradually builds an army, frees thousands of enslaved people, and conquers several cities. Her ultimate goal is to return to Westeros and reclaim the Iron Throne. Robb Stark's campaign ends in betrayal. After breaking a marriage agreement with House Frey, Robb attends his uncle's wedding at the Twins. During the infamous Red Wedding, Robb, Catelyn, and many of their followers are murdered by the Freys and Boltons. House Stark appears to be destroyed. Sansa is trapped in King's Landing and forced to marry Tyrion Lannister, Cersei, and Jaime's younger brother. Tyrion is intelligent and compassionate, but despised by his family. When King Joffrey is poisoned at his wedding, Tyrion is falsely accused. He escapes with help from Jaime, kills his abusive father, Tywin, and eventually joins Daenerys as her advisor. Arya escapes King's Landing and travels through the war-torn countryside. She eventually reaches Braavos, where she trains with a secretive group of assassins known as the Faceless Men. Arya refuses to abandon her identity and returns to Westeros, using her skills to kill those responsible for harming her family. Sansa is taken north and forced to marry Ramsay Bolton, the cruel son of the man who betrayed Robb. She later escapes and reunites with her half-brother Jon Snow. Jon has joined the Night's Watch, an order responsible for guarding the Wall. Beyond it, he discovers that the wildlings are fleeing from the Night King and his army of undead White Walkers. Jon attempts to unite the living against this threat, but some members of the Night's Watch consider him a traitor and murder him. Melisandre later brings him back to life. Jon and Sansa gather an army and defeat Ramsay during the Battle of the Bastards. House Stark retakes Winterfell, and Jon is declared king in the north. Bran, meanwhile, travels beyond the wall and becomes the Three-Eyed Raven, gaining the ability to see events from the past and present. Daenerys finally sails to Westeros with her dragons, armies, and advisors. She forms an alliance with Jon, who needs her help fighting the dead. Jon and Daenerys grow close, unaware that Jon is actually Aegon Targaryen, the legitimate son of Daenerys' older brother Rhaegar and Ned Stark's sister Lyanna. This gives Jon a stronger claim to the Iron Throne than Daenerys. The Night King destroys part of the wall using an undead dragon and marches south. The living make their stand at Winterfell. During the battle, Arya kills the Night King, destroying the army of the dead. With that threat defeated, Daenerys turns her attention to Cersei, who still controls King's Landing. Although the city surrenders, Daenerys attacks it with her last dragon, burning soldiers and civilians. Jaime dies with Cersei beneath the collapsing Red Keep. Realizing Daenerys has become a tyrant, Jon kills her to prevent further destruction. Her dragon melts the Iron Throne before carrying her body away. Westeros' remaining leaders choose Bran Stark as king, while the North becomes an independent kingdom ruled by Sansa. Arya sails west to explore unknown lands. Jon returns beyond the wall with the wildlings.